Some places speak loud and fast, but others, they whisper. San Agustín is a whisper, a quiet echo from a time before time, where stone remembers what people forget. After a few days under the burning sun of the Tatacoa Desert, we pack up camp and point the Prado south. Dusty boots, full hearts, and the smell of the desert still clinging to our gear. There's a quiet satisfaction in leaving a place like this, not because you're done with it, but because it's left something with you. But our journey isn't over, not even close. On the next leg of our expedition, the idea is to learn and discover as much as possible of the lost civilization of San Agustín. Leaving the desert isn't just a change in landscape, it's a change in mindset. In the Tatacoa, everything is stripped down, raw, minimal. The heat presses you into stillness, into silence. You learn to conserve energy, to observe, and to surrender to the vastness. The drive from Tatacoa to San Agustin is no small feat. A 270-kilometer haul on roads that twist, climb, hug ridge lines, and dip into river valleys. It's a proper overland adventure. As we begin to climb into the mountains, something shifts. The desert heat gives way to mountain air. The greens return. The mind begins to open again, from survival to curiosity. Colombia reveals another side of itself, lush and wild. We're heading into the Andes, where myths are carved in stone. On the way to San Agustin, we rolled into Gigante, a small town nestled in the green folds of Huila, almost midway between the desert and our destination, and the ideal spot for us to spend the night. The name itself comes from a legend of a giant who once roamed these hills. Some say his spirit still watches over the town, protecting the fertile valleys and their people. Others believe the nearby mountains hide ancient secrets left behind by pre Columbian civilizations. In the heart of Gigante once stood the Ceiba de la Libertad, a monumental ceiba tree believed to have been planted around 1850 as a symbol commemorating the abolition of slavery in Colombia, and is deeply rooted in the town's history and culture. This magnificent tree, sadly, collapsed in 2021 after standing tall for more than 170 years. The site where the Ceiba once stood still remains a place of reflection for the community. Efforts continue to ensure that the spirit and historical significance of this iconic tree endure in Gigante's cultural narrative. We didn't stay long, but there's something about Gigante. It's the kind of place that still feels rooted. Old buildings, warm faces, and coffee so strong it could almost power the Land Cruiser. As we left the town of Gigante, the road twists and rises, and if you know where to look, you'll see him, lying across the horizon, carved by wind and time. Matambo, the sleeping giant. Locals say the mountain is his body. Some call him a protector, while others say he was punished, turned to stone by ancient gods. Whatever the truth, there's something powerful in the way the land holds the story. The mountain doesn't just rise, it watches. And as you drive beneath his gaze, you feel it. Leaving Gigante behind, we merge onto the Ruta 45, one of Colombia's lifelines. At first, it's smooth and fast, slicing through valleys dotted with coffee fincas and banana groves. The kind of road where we can stretch the cruiser's legs. We rise through a series of tight switchbacks, climbing into the Andean foothills, past tiny villages. This road is more like a passage, one that carries you from the legends of giants to the stone-carved mysteries of San Agustín. It's not a road you rush, but one you savor. The kind that asks something of you, but gives even more in return. By the time San Agustín appears, hidden between the folds of misty green, you don't feel like a tourist arriving, but more like a traveler who's earned it. We found a quiet place to set up camp just outside town, secluded from the buzz of the town. No rush, no noise, just the sound of nature exhaling. We took our time setting up camp, a small tarp overhead, and our tent and sleeping system. Moving slow, letting the stillness seep in. After a long drive, there's something sacred about the silence. No maps, no schedules, just the rhythm of the wind on canvas and the low rumble of thunder rolling off distant peaks. We sat back, not needing to say much, the kind of tired that feels good. Tonight is about taking a pause and just listen. Tomorrow, we step into mystery. Morning breaks gently. Clean air, glistening leaves, and the soft rustle of trees waking up. We pack up slow, savoring the stillness. But beneath the calm, there's a quiet excitement building. Because today, we enter the realm of the lost civilization. The San Agustín Archaeological Park isn't just ruins, it's one of the greatest mysteries in the Americas. A place where ancient cultures carved gods, warriors, and spirits into stone, then vanished without a trace. We're not just visitors here, we're stepping into a story thousands of years old, one that still refuses to give up all its secrets. Time to see what the stones remember. The path winds through lush hills. You don't feel like you're entering a ruin. You feel like you're being quietly invited into a sacred forest. And then they begin to appear. Stone figures, dozens of them. Faces carved with jaguar teeth, bird's eyes, and serpent bodies. Guardians, standing silently for over 1,000 years, watching, waiting. We were lucky enough to find an experienced and, more importantly, a multilingual guide who helped us delve into some of the finer details of the various sculptures and their symbolism. It was fascinating to see these figures.
Because it was in Egypt to the sons of the pharaohs that they wouldn't know, and I make the pictures
Some
and I
towering
drew
and
a few.
fierce, warriors or deities, arms crossed, eyes wide. Others are gentle, almost playful. A monkey,
Was the
a
next
wise
in
owl,
Mexico and in
a
Central America.
childlike figure holding an
It
offering.
was, is it called the Quetzalcoatl symbol?
Más hacia allá, más. Mi papá tiene que hacerse a tu izquierda.
You walk slowly here. You stop thinking about the when and the how, and you start wondering about the why. What did these people really believe? What did they fear? The culture that made them disappeared long before the Spanish arrived, leaving behind only these sentinels of stone and silence. What surprised us the most was the fact that it is believed only about 10% of these sculptures have been excavated and discovered. Who knows what else might be unearthed in the years to come?
So from the laterals we can see the body of the snake with the two heads. Human head on front and head.
As we sat by the fire that night, we came to a realization. The real wonder of San Agustin isn't just in the stones themselves, it's what they remind us of. Across the world, in places like India and Egypt, ancient hands carved similar symbols. Gods with animal faces, burial sites aligned to the stars, mythologies etched in stone. They never met, they never shared maps or language, and yet they dreamed in the same shapes, as if something deeper connected them, a common thread of wonder, fear, and reverence for the unknown. Proof, perhaps, that long before borders, humanity was already speaking to itself in stone. After an epic week, it was time to prepare for the long drive back home. Some much needed starter fluid and the breakfast of champions. We were ready to hit the road. The road back to Bogota always feels different. Familiar turns now carry memories, and every ridge and valley seems to echo with moments we just lived. We pass back through landscapes we once approached with curiosity, now with quiet reverence. The excitement of the unknown has settled into something deeper. The kind of calm that only comes after being stretched, tested, and changed by the roads. There's dirt in the creases of our boots, sun in the cracks of our skin, and stories packed between the gear in the rig. But more than that, there's a shift inside. A quiet evolution that only travel can bring. As the altitude rises and the city appears on the horizon, we don't just feel tired, we feel full. Full of perspective and awe. The kind of full that leaves you craving not rest, but for more. And that's the magic of traveling this way. You're not just going to a destination, you're living the terrain one curve at a time.